One mic, two broken med students, and infinite bad decisions. Welcome to the Buffering Bros podcast. Today we have the co-founder of MedConnect Overseas, Bhavi Kawa, with us. So, hello Bhavi, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me, first of all. And I'm very glad I'm on Buffering Bros. It's a great opportunity and a great initiative, to be honest.
No, it's a great opportunity for us to talk to someone like you.
Means
So,
a lot.
let's start from the start. So, I heard you were a transfer student of Ukraine. So,
Yes.
could you tell me? And I got to know a bit interesting thing that you came here just before 3 days of war or something. So, tell us about that.
True, true that. So I am Ukraine transfer, and I came back three days before the war started. I was very fortunate with all these situations happening, but yes, it was an experience and a reality check for all of us that we faced this situation, and at that time we got to know it's very important to stay united, and we'll further discuss this was the ideology, the whole ideology behind starting MCO was this only,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
uniting students at first and connecting like-minded students.
Yeah, we have a whole podcast for that only. So, the only thing is what was the story behind this 3 days? Did you predict something? You were already something is gonna happen, so I'll just go for my safety, or what was the?
It was my parents, obviously, there was an Indian advisory that you
Okay.
need to vacant or the situation is not that great. And it was kind of alarming at that time that we were being known that something might happen. But we as students, we were like, क्या होता है आजकल, there's nothing like a war like situation nowadays. We are living in 20th century. But yes, my parents, they booked the tickets. The tickets prices were very high at that time, and they booked the tickets. I was very fortunate. Me and my three friends came early. Rest
Oh.
my group mates, the batchmates were there stuck at the situation, and we had a common group where we were seeing all the, there was
Bad stories.
mad stories, underground metro stations. People were gathered all
So
together.
that was
They need to
one
leave,
of the
they could-
worst phase, I guess.
I
But
hope
yeah.
no one faces such situations, but yeah, we
You
were
were
very
lucky.
fortunate that we came beforehand. Yeah.
That's amazing. So one more thing is okay, you came here and you took an admission in Georgia.
Yeah.
So generally when you come in between of something, people
Yeah.
make you feel like a bit of an outsider. Generally, that
True.
is a culture here or anywhere in the world, maybe.
Yes.
So how did you overcome that? Did you face that personally, or and then when did the first thought come to build something like MCO in this short time of in short time
Yeah.
period, because you just came and started it almost like that. So
Yes, it was like that. And as an outsider, talking about outsider, yes, it's very much true. Because we did not have a group, I was the only person from my group who took transfer to Georgia. Else, they went to Belarus or different countries. So I did not knew anyone. There was my own one mutual friend whom I knew. From his help, I took transfer. All the process which went back. So yes, definitely, I was an outsider as just saying. Else, starting this, I did not feel personally because I was very well connected with. I first stayed in hostel, so I did connect with a lot of students, different semester students, different university students. Else, yes, I did not personally feel it, but people did treat us, and it's very difficult in this situation. Already, when everything is set, they have their own friend circle, they have their own group,
yeah.
and to adjust in between, mingle with friends. So it's a very difficult task, but I think it
You
went
are
great
pretty
for
good
me,
at
yeah.
succeeding it.
Yeah, I did well in this time. Yeah.
And one more interesting thing is your co-founder Asta.
Yeah.
So I heard she's from Russia.
Yeah, interesting.
So so how did you both cross paths, or do you know each other from before, or how was it?
We did not knew, we don't know each other before, but obviously they were we had a mutual friend, so from there we got connected, and yes, my friend who was from my place only. I'm from Gurgaon, Haryana, so he was also from there. So he helped me with all the process, and he was a batchmate and classmate of Asta. So
Okay.
then we connected. We had this approach. So that's how we got to know each other.
So this idea was hers, yours, or who proposed to whom, as in this idea?
This was mine idea.
Okay.
She was very well, she already is a med grammar. She has a good reach on
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
So I approached this. As I mentioned, after this war struck situation, this struck in my mind that there is a gap that students are not being connected. There's lack
Yeah.
of communication, not only in Ukraine but elsewhere, international students in general. So I pitched this idea to Astha. She was very much passionate and enthusiastic, same as myself. So we got connected instantly. We had same vision. So that's how it started, and
Yeah, it's grew pretty well, I guess. And so, when you came here as a student in the start, did you get scammed by someone or university or consultancy or anything? Because people face like many scams, including me. I face many. So,
yeah.
did you have any experience in that way?
When I took transfer in Ukraine, my consultancy was pretty good. I did not face such situations, but definitely when I took transfer in Ukraine, and all these documentation or the transcripts or the documentation files were supposed to be done, so I got scammed. I paid $300 to that particular consultancy, and the agent never picked up the call. We were left hanging. Not only me, but 100 other students of same consultancy. So you were left hanging, and till like right now, we do not have any response, and we still are waiting for our documents. There are various alternatives. For example, we might go to Ukraine or get our own documents or give a power of attorney to someone trustworthy.
So still now you don't have documents.
Still, I don't have any documents. My whole transfer was done based on the online transcript. My original 12th certificate and my original original document is still there at the university. Yeah, it's still there at the Ukraine university, which I was from, Bogomolets National Medical University.
That's like, okay.
So it's still traumatizing. My co-founder, an interesting thing, like Astha recently went to Russia just for this sake. She wanted to get her documents back, and
she also has the same
had
issue.
the same, but not the same consultancy. But in general,
Obviously,
this is
different
going
countries,
on. Yeah.
but the same scam.
Same scam, exactly the same. The documents were not returned. They took the money. They did not respond, and she came back like yesterday when we are shooting this podcast. She came back yesterday, got the documents, and now I'm afraid like I don't want this situation for myself. Let's see. Let's hope for the best.
So between all these scams and this pressure and new country, like for you and you are settling here.
Yeah.
So when was that you felt that okay, now I need to start something for students like me or something? So when was it the first time?
When I came back, as I mentioned, I took admission in 5th semester. So 6 months was like I was adjusting, getting used to this environment. I stayed in hostel. That wasn't a great experience, I say. But then instantly after 6 months, I moved into my friend's apartment. So from there, I did meet my co-founder Astha. So she was a mutual friend. So how it started was like getting used to the environment. Obviously, there wasn't a business model yet. It was just an idea that we wanted to execute, and I pitched. We both said yes to it. Okay, let's go forward. Let's see how it goes, and from there it started. Honestly, just connecting students was our purpose at that time. We created a WhatsApp group. We connected students, and we provided frequent updates. So that was a very early stage of MCO.
That's amazing. So I had this curiosity. When you were already here, I guess in Georgia at that time. So that was the time where the culture of organizations was increasing in many folds, because there were some already before, and everyone was just trying to build an organization at that point.
Yeah.
So how did you think that this is unique, or what was your idea behind exactly? Because surviving in any competition is a risk generally. So how did you believe in that, or what was the story behind it?
Great question, first and foremost. So unique idea, I think the ideology, I think no organization, there were like a couple of organizations at that time. We started 2.5 years back. I exactly remember 2024 February since we started. And at that time, there weren't many organizations functional, but yes, there were ideas that was put up, but there were a couple of organizations who were doing well at that time.
Yeah.
Right. But we started from an outdoor program, which was first of its kind. So you can say we were inspired, not even inspired like any organization currently in Georgia, but inspired from various international platforms, because we were the first one to execute outdoor programs, stress relieving management program, which was our first event, Lakeside Serenity. So from that event, we connected around 150 students. That was the very first event in Lakeside, Lisi Lake.
That was a huge thing actually.
Yeah, and we received great response. The only thing we do was like fun activities, refreshments, chit chat, networking opportunities. So from there we started. So I believe that was a USP where students got to know about us, and they found that okay, this is something different that we are trying to do. And first 6 months of MCO, we focused only on the outdoor programs. We connected as many students as possible. till date, students remember that okay, we should have those events more
Yes.
often, and we are currently focusing on that. We are trying to do our best to manage both academics and outdoor programs. But yes, this was our USP and a different approach that we tried to do. And our only focus was participants. We focused on the experience. We focused on the impact that we were trying to create. So that was, I believe, that stands out, and MCO stands for.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. And also, I saw that during that time, I saw you connect like a trek, like a stress relieving
Yeah.
event as a trek. And,
Yeah.
I was just shook that time seeing an organization connecting a trek because it's huge number of people, obviously, and, management, food, and how did you manage and like,
It's a very
and
fun story, honestly.
okay.
Like I still remember good old days. Good old days. Now we don't conduct more often these kind of events, but when we used to, we had first and foremost a big shout out to all my team members. And like they are like the building pillars for this organization. And at that time also, we met some amazing people who are very much passionate, enthusiastic. So particularly talking about that trekking expedition, that was a 6 to 8 kilometer stretch.
Yeah.
And personally, me, because it was very earlier days, again, I'm repeating, but it might feel, we focused on the experience.
Yeah.
We wanted to give the best experience possible. So that 6 or 8 kilometer stretch, we went back and forth, me and Astha, myself. That 6 kilometers we did like a travel, like in a day, 20 kilometers.
Oh my
We
God.
went 2 or 3 times just to check which are the best routes, which are the areas which we can flag, and that will be rest areas. In general, it should look more organized. It should
Yeah.
not be like, okay, we got participants, we set them free, they are good to go, they'll do whatever they want to. So in our case, what we do, it was very managed, it was very much organized. We started from Tasmania Park, if you
Yeah.
know, Tasmania Park till Turtle Lake, there is a
Yes.
region. So that was 6.5 kilometers. We started them. We provide in that whole. It was a power packed event. We provided refreshments. We provided, there was also when we reached the Turtle Lake, we had exciting activities. So we went. We checked the best routes. We flagged these areas, the rest areas. We avoided such areas which might be risky or or
Yeah.
injurious to anyone. Like we don't
Because
want
now
to
you
take
have
that
the whole
risk.
responsibility
Yeah,
of
we don't want
everyone.
to take that risk because mixed number of students and interestingly, we kept one person in the head of the line. We had this chain mechanism. We kept one person, a team member, leading the line, then one in the middle, and last to collect everyone if they are, so
Someone
that no
are
one is
slow
left.
or
Yeah,
lost,
yeah.
yeah.
So that no one is left. So
But
this is what we
actually, this is like, seems fun and stuff, but going around
It was
Pendant Fort is crazy.
I think that is why that was our last trekking expedition. But no, still, we are planning.
But still, that shows how much care you take personally for the everyone whom you want
Yeah.
to do, and that's actually amazing from
Till
a
date.
founder's point of view.
Thank
So it's amazing, but yeah, it's actually going around that many times is crazy, I guess. And also, from then, actually, from the start, you organize many workshops, many events, and
Yeah.
but as a new organization from the start, how did you approach doctors, professionals, or how did you source things like dissection workshops and stuff? So how was that journey? Because it's not that easy also to collect everything at once suddenly and start something.
True. So, as being an outsider, quoting an outsider, we did not have much resources. To be honest, we did not have great connections whom we can rely on, or that initiating factor that everyone wanted, or we also wanted, but we did not get that opportunity. So we believe that we maintain our individuality. We still have our individuality out of all organizations, and because step by step we figured out how we can approach. We figured out a lot of things that now we can probably say that we have accomplished, or we have our own supply chain ready from a team of doctors, great doctors, every specialization you name, neurologists, pulmonologists, cardiologists, general surgeons. So we had great doctors. Earlier at that time, we only focused on connecting with people. We only focused, for example, if I'm a student in CIU. So I approached my doctors that, okay, this is the initiative we have, this is what we are trying to do, and this is what we are looking for. Let's say if we are having a cardiologist, so we would approach myself, I go to doctors and approach and let them know about this idea or what we are trying to do. So this is the just initial approaches, and it's beneficial for everyone. Like if
Yeah,
anyone is also
obviously.
trying, it's just you don't need any resources. Try from your end. Try approaching. You need not to fear about okay, what will be the response. Just give it a try. Do as much networking as possible.
I mean,
So
that's
that
the
you
whole
can connect.
concept. Students building students
Exactly.
together, and yeah, and also like as a new organization, as a head, and
Yeah.
how did you build your team? As in, there should be some criteria. But actually, one thing I have to say from my friends, which I heard, they were very impressed with the interviews and the selection
Yeah.
criteria because here some organizations actually form a team, do
Yeah.
something, and literally leave them hanging. But whereas I heard exactly opposite from MCO because they are very responsible, they respond promptly and everything. So how did you make sure all this? Did you have any experience before, or you all learned it in the process of this MCO only?
So experience, not as much, like we don't have a corporate style experience, but yes, I'm from a business background, like my paternal side from business background, so I get these small traits from there. But yes, we tried focusing on the quality more than quantity. Like we believe less number of team members. We took only initial days, we had only 15-20 members, which we focused on. We shared, we ourselves figured out things. So I think we have a very good connection with our team members also, and as well as with the participants. So at the interview process also we asked general questions, but the idea or the motive behind the interview was to getting them know better that how will they be
So first
important
you should get connected
or
to them, then only
exactly.
the team would be good.
So we wanted to know that do they have the same passion, do they have the same impact that we are trying to create, or the vision that we want to lead. So and once we found, like while the interview process, we found that okay, this is the right person, or he or she is the right person. Instantly it's an instant connect and we recruit them.
And one more thing which I heard from many students here is that generally this organization or club culture in Georgia
Yeah.
these days it's going towards a bit toxic culture. And I mean, I'm asking you because you're that co-founder of a organization now. People make it sound like something as a job here when it should not be. The culture should be like you need to go explore yourself, networking,
Yeah.
have fun, do something what you're passionate
True.
about. But these days it's like a job. Generally,
Yeah.
people make it so they add so many compulsions. You need to work, high pressure. So is this actually the idea of an organization in when you are in in your medical school with all these pressures? So what do you think about this culture growing in Georgia, especially here?
Now, when we started 2.5 years back, there was no such, this environment, toxic environment that you are now mentioning. But yes, now we have reached a certain point, a saturation, you can say, where we have n number of organizations in every university. Everyone is trying to figure out some sort of things. So yes, definitely there is a culture which shouldn't be, because I believe we are student organizations. All of us are student. We are here for our prime focus is MBBS, right? Medicine. So I believe I tell all my team members also that we should focus first on our studies, academics. This is a core curricular activity that we should treat, and it's purely on the volunteering base. So you should treat this as a volunteering job, and but that you're talking about jobs. But yes, some organizations have turned this into a business model, a job opportunities that they are giving them baits, they're giving them, small criterias or giving them some incentives whatsoever. So they are treating them as employees. They are treating their organization as business models. So that's why they are getting more targets, because they have been provided targets, which I personally believe it's not at all important for students.
Yep.
Their main focus should be on
Their
studies,
studies, yeah.
studies. And we have limited number of talking about MCO, that which I can surely say that we have less number of events for sole purpose, so that me as a student I can manage, and my team members can also manage. Let's say once a week, once a month or twice a month is like a very decent number, but weekly then you already know like what's the current situation.
So like maybe this is one of the greatest USPs I can say out of these all organizations, which is very amazing and like great actually.
Our main motive is not to earn money. I'll again say, like, we are very much fortunate. We are blessed that we are capable enough to study abroad. We are here. I'm prime for neither are, I believe not many of our parents would appreciate that we are getting in leaving our studies and getting into these co-curricular activities. So our main focus should be again this and
so yeah, that's amazing actually, because in this whole culture, if you're doing something different. That's what makes you different. So one more question is, now we talked about you as a founder or the culture, how you maintain it.
Yeah.
But there are students also who are extremely sometimes bad, or as in they don't dedicate their work, or they don't even volunteer good. They are just here for certificates, maybe fame, maybe. So how do you manage, because you can't be always soft and you like, oh, I'm very good, so that organization won't run properly. So how do you make sure from that end also?
Yes, so if a member, for example, for the past 2.5 years, we have changed teams a couple of times. Like we have renewed the whole team 3 or 4 times.
Oh,
The sole reason is because students at first they are very much enthusiastic, they are very much
Yeah.
passionate, but they lose interest somehow, right? Because it's again a volunteering
yeah,
job.
thing.
So once they lose interest, so it's very important we focus on quality members, not quantity again. We have in all our departments, for example, social media, marketing, women's workshop, whatsoever, we have limited members. For example, 15 or 20, not more than that. So if any of the members is passive, or they're not doing, or they're just delaying the things, and a second person is getting or the second team member is getting overburdened because of them, we instantly take strict reaction. We have
Okay.
core team members, a board of members who take actions. They are given a provisional term period,
Okay.
that you have, let's say, 1 month. If you are able to figure this out, if you are still passionate enough to
Do
something in this, or volunteer in this particular organization, you're good to go, or else
Perfect.
you are free from all the responsibilities you have.
So that's
Yeah.
yeah. So actually, I had one more question, and this like I want to ask you personally. I was so curious. So recently, one of my friends applied, for a workshop as a trainer, I guess.
Yeah.
So I saw just that you replied to her saying, "Okay, you were selected, and this instance, you were the one." And when we came to the workshop training, also you came down receiving and stuff. So what is the whole thought out of these many workshops, these many works you have, and this much huge team? Why do you take that responsibility? And like, should someone think that you don't trust your team members that much, or you're over enthusiastic to do the work, or what is the reason behind
It's
it?
not like lack of trust. It's like I do definitely trust, but everyone has been provided a different roles and responsibility. For example, marketing team. The things which I can do is operations, management, logistics. These are my expertise, and finance. So these are my expertise which I can rely on. So just to fasten up, in MCO we don't have any hierarchy system, to be honest. We do have heads and co-heads for management purposes, because I can't directly talk to all a number
Everyone.
of members. Just for the management we have heads and co-heads. Else we don't believe in hierarchy, because I believe all of us are same. And just to fasten up the process, I have faced, like, we have previously relied on number of members, but there were some instances that things got delayed. Like, it was very baseless, that and it was like, why it is being delayed, right? So just to fasten up the processes, I do take sometimes, like, for example, trainer. It's a very serious thing, and we had, for example, you were talking about the trainer, your friend. So we had only 1 week left for this Med Excellence event, which we previously conducted. So I would have directed towards someone else. Then they have approached me.
So it's a long process.
It's a long process. So I straight away messaged, and I think that is the right thing to do. Which everyone, it's a very normal thing. It won't take much of your time. It's just an excuse that okay, this and that. Everyone has like a couple of minutes to revert back or send a message and at least give a reply, I believe.
Yeah,
So
that's
I think personally also, as a not even professional, but personally also, you should do this thing and take some sort of initiatives.
Yeah, that's good to hear. But most of them don't do. That was the whole
Yeah.
point of asking the question. So yeah, that's good. And then so you're the co-founder, and there's Asta also.
Yeah.
So are there any moments where like both are co-founders, so there might be sometimes you don't like some idea,
Yeah.
she wouldn't be liking some idea. So how do you deal that? Like, who's the final say or something? Like, how do you manage that? These things from 2.5 years is a long time. So
Yeah, it's not like the final say. I believe we both have equal decision makers. Like, we can say we are decision makers, but the decision have been made by the whole team. And like, we are not the independent body or independent figures that we can ourselves take every decision. But yes, there are conflicts. I won't deny that there are some instances that we don't agree on some point. But at the end, we believe like, we should look into the betterment of the organization, MCO in general, right? If it's good for MCO, then it's good to go. Else, if it's our own benefit, we don't focus on these things. But yes, if they are constant, we do sort it as soon as possible. We avoid any mediators. We ourselves figure it out. Okay, what's the best or what we can improvise. So yes.
So it's been 2.5 years,
Yeah.
and in this past 2.5 years, was there any night in which you thought, "Oh my God, why did I start this stuff?" And I could live peacefully, and so were there any thoughts like this?
Definitely, I won't deny there were thoughts like, okay, why did I start, or what did I get myself into it? But definitely, the thing which motivated me again and again was the impact we were creating, or the response, the feedback we were getting. So there might be ups and downs, but at last, the for in terms of events that we are delivering or any kind of activities that we are doing, the response or the feedbacks we give is itself a motivation. So I believe it pushes forward, and I try myself to being involved and neglect all these you know secondary thoughts. So that's how I get myself motivated.
And also, we always learn from the mistakes we made generally.
Yeah.
So, as a founder, do you think you made any mistake in the past? Like any mistakes, maybe towards taking a decision, maybe towards some organizing stuff, maybe towards a team member or anything like that?
There are hard decisions to be made, like we need to make quick decisions, or else that particular thing might fade away. So yes, I have made couple of wrong decisions, but it led up to something. Now I believe that instance, that was the right thing to do, and I'm glad that that happened. But yes, in terms of team members also, I did trusted people who were not worthful, or who
Yeah.
at that particular time I did trust people, which was one of my wrong decision, I can say. Else everything went well in our favor, and we just
Yeah, you are
focus
doing
on our
amazing.
own things. Yeah.
So, like that, you mentioned you trusted long people.
Yeah.
Can I ask, like, not taking names, but
Yeah.
any incident which you can remember and what happened due to that?
So here in this community, in this organizations, every student is very much passionate. Honestly, like they're trying to figure out, or they see that okay, if he or she can do, why not us? So there are certain moments they try to do their own things. They try to start their own organizations, and few members have even started. They left MCO and they started their own organization. It's okay.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
good thing. I wish best for them, but taking the whole the
Idea.
idea exactly same, copying, get inspired is the thing, but not doing something innovative or not doing something different uh, is not good for them, also for longevity, and for us it does hampers at some point of time. So I believe they started their own organization, and took our some resources, which we can say, which we did not have at earlier, because we were an outsider. We did not have any resources, but yes, they got an advantage from it. They started their own thing.
But actually, original idea always stays original, so
Yeah.
that's always there for us.
Yes.
Yeah, that was interesting. um, and also, as founders, like, what are the problems? If I want to become a founder, what do you think are the general problems I would face or one would face?
First, I think general problem is patience. I believe you should have patience,
Yeah.
a very decent amount of patience, so that once you're starting, you should not think of the outcomes. You should focus on what can go right, or you should have the both consequences. So once you know that, when you are mentally cleared, you have the vision set, you have the right resources, right team, then you're good to go. So
Yeah.
I think patience is the key, and implementing quick decisions are very important in this field, like because I mentioned market is very much saturated nowadays. There are n number of organizations, a lot of events happening. So Georgia is a huge market, honestly. So you need to make quick decisions, right decisions at the right time. So it will definitely help you proceed forward.
Yeah, and also, when someone is growing, generally there are so many people who want you to fail, maybe, and in running this kind of a huge organization or something, do you think sometimes your personal life gets affected and friends go far away due to any reason?
Yeah.
Do you think your personal life will be affected in a way which you don't want to?
Personal life, yes, there's a lot of difference, which I can say. When I got more involved in all these activities, there was a disconnection from my social life. There, I had to disconnect myself from, a lot of things just to focus on this particular, because we have limited time. I believe as a student we have a very difficult schedule. Being a final year student, we already have a number of rotations. So like in a day, if you are sparing time, right now we have frequent meetings, team meetings also, collaborative meeting also. So it's very important to focus more on these kind of things better than. But I believe I maintain my like friendship, relationships, whatsoever, in a good manner. I believe I'm a good friend, so I do devote time. And again, like the connection is the most important thing. Networking is the most important thing. So you just can't stay isolated or away from everyone. Because in this field you have to interact with students, you have to be an extrovert and get connected with a lot of students and a lot of fellow mates.
That's what makes you progress more.
Exactly. So you can also have the second thought, and you can have a second opinion or a different mindset. For example, a creative mindset who can provide you suggestions, who can provide you opinions. So I believe don't disconnect yourself. I also did not disconnect completely. But yes, I know, right, okay, 3 or 4 hours is dedicated in a day for specifically MCO. Right. Rest, everything is manageable.
Yeah, that's amazing. And also, was there in this 2.5 years, was there any incident where a workshop or some event you have planned and suddenly on the day you got to know someone or not coming, something is not coming, and how did you manage those things?
A good question. It definitely happens. Not only us, but people can relate. It can happen anytime, anywhere. So we have a saying in MCO that we need a backup for a backup. What that means is, like, we are very well prepared with this. Like in a team meeting also, we, for example, if we have a meeting of events and workshop, we ask a question like, what if the venue got double booked, or what if the doctors who were supposed to come cancels last minute due to any emergency? Okay, we assume they are doctors, they are practicing in hospitals, so they might get such situations. So what we do is we prepare. We have a good team of trainers. We have now we have good links with doctors. They are also working as a companion or as a team member in MCO. So they're very much open with it. So we in advance approach them. We let them know. We share the presentations. We just in case if these situations happen. But yes, at first there were situations, but we compensated with different lectures, or we avoided that particular session, for example. Currently, like a very recent case, Med Excellence happened like 3 days back when we were shooting. So last minute doctor got cancelled, like he had emergency, he went out of town, so he was not able to make. We instantly connected, like in a time of 3 or 4 days, we connected with different doctor. He himself made the presentation. He was very much passionate. He's a young doctor, like a resident doctor. So thanks to you if you're watching. But yes, he showed up, he made the presentation, explained the cases, and that's how we
so that
approached
went
the
well.
situation. That went well.
So you're always ready basically for any
we have
kind
to
of
be like, there's no other option, because for the venue also, like there was instances like it got double booked, like different organizations. Now we don't reveal our location for such purpose, but earlier when we did, they double booked the venue, or they paid the higher prices, and it went out of our hands. But
and also you have this pressure that these many students are coming with some expectations always, and you can't be bad or a bit less than your level. So
but fortunately we did not face such, like, whatever goes behind the scenes, we did not let come in front of like participants.
The event was successful at the end.
They don't feel whatever has happened at the end, the end product or the experience that we are wanting to give,
that was always reached. That's perfect. And here, like for example, now you don't have any proper workplace, for example, for yourself. So in some other country, how hard is it to find work a venue basically? Because like you said, now the market is even more saturated and everyone are running behind the same kind of venues.
So we have tie-ups with various hotel premises, with various universities. They very well know our organization, what we do, how we do. So it's just like now I need to just make a call and everything goes.
It'll be done.
But at first, like, we need to approach them. We need to finalize things 2 or 3 months beforehand. Like let's say if we have an event a month, May month, then we need to finalize things in March or before that, so that everything is pre-planned, because we need to give an advance or advance notice to all these.
Every premise.
Every premise.
So in this 2.5 years, once you started growing the community, now you have a number of students in your WhatsApp groups or Instagram, and you have reach. So did you get any weird companies or marketing where people want you to market them in their events? So can
Yes,
you
a
tell
lot.
me?
Matlab, once you have a certain audience,
Uh-huh.
specifically talking about medical students
Yeah.
as our audience, so there are various companies, consultancies who are very much interested, because being currently, I can say we are the largest community here in Georgia.
Mhm.
So definitely we were approached, but we only from since day one we have had only couple of collaborations, that too with NGO or with a good mission. We did not have a monetary exchange yet, like a
Yes.
full-fledged collaboration or a signing a contract with the business model. We believed ki we have a different mindset, we have a different vision. Still we are growing. Still we want to achieve something that we haven't. So until it's done, will not accept or will not promote any
You're not into that right
into
now.
that currently. Yeah.
And also, I have heard some people are literally, exactly copying, like not even idea that's okay generally, but
Yeah.
whole interface and stuff. So, can you
Yeah.
tell us about that?
So yesterday only, like my teammates informed me there's a MedEdu Connects overseas organization.
Okay.
So it was very much fascinating for me that exact, even the name has been copied, even the theme and everything. Okay, being inspired is a very different thing, or conducting similar kind of events is a very different thing. But these kind of is a thing that we need to take it seriously, and we shouldn't promote or we shouldn't entertain.
Like copying the design is
copying.
literally
Yes,
useless.
because everyone should have their own individuality, and there are a couple of organizations working on it, and still we are also working on the same individuality that we want to build. But I don't think it's a very good thing to promote. Even for audience, I would like to say, please don't promote such kind of imitations who are not having any individuality, I would say.
So I guess Bhavya is only the co-founder of MCO and nothing else
Yeah.
till now in Georgia. So,
So-
beware of.
So we had Med Excellence, we had MedX, we have very similar organizations of same name. So don't get confused.
So how do you deal with them? Do you talk to them directly, approach them, or?
Definitely, my team, we do take these things seriously. We do approach them that this shouldn't be done, or this comes under conflict of interest. So, and if they are very much like, they do understand also where it is going, or what we are exactly wanting, we don't have any problem having or conducting same events. It's just imitating an organization so that people get confused, as students get confused. Okay,
So
this
your
is or
followers will just get diverted to them. That's how they want to build themselves.
that.
that's it.
Exactly.
And also, like, talking about all these things, like the culture, the organizations, and everything here in this podcast. So, how important is it for students, do you think, is to have a good organization for opportunities and everything? Because, with your experience.
It's very important, because people are as a students, they are having various job opportunities. They have been working multiple in various platforms, or food services platforms. So I don't want this to happen. So why not provide them with the opportunity, or which the field they are directly connected to? For example, medical organizations, they are doing something, or it is for their betterment, or it is for our own betterment, that we are practicing clinical training programs, we are practicing or being involved in the professional background. So it's for a student, this 6 years journey is a very long journey as an MBBS abroad student. So you should get involved in such co-curricular activities.
Where you enjoy them also?
And yes, you should enjoy. If you are being felt, or if you are being portrayed that you are working for someone, or if you are treated as an employee, then
That is
leave it.
useless,
Then
yes.
immediately leave it. If you are enjoying it, if you are doing it out of your own passion, keeping aside the monetary value, then it's good for you.
Yeah, that's
Not
true,
only for
because-
MCO, but if you feel in any other organizations that you are being treated well, then it's good for you.
Yeah, and also, like, the whole point, this is also your main youth, like, this is where you enjoy your life without any pressures, and this is the last stage maybe. I mean, the future is different, you have many pressures, you have many responsibilities. So you shouldn't waste time, that's what I feel. You can't waste time in these things.
See, resume, CV is very much important. You need to work, you need to do research paperwork, you need to get involved in many clinical training, because we are not being exposed to a lot of clinical training programs, a lot of dissection suturings in general. So if we are having this opportunity right now, at my time in Ukraine there was no such culture, but if we are having take advantage of it and be involved in it, so
Yes.
that definitely will help you CV and resume, but also your personal and professional development.
Yeah, and by the way, when comparing to different organizations here, how do you keep your workshop prices so less compared to everyone? Like, do you get some margin or something, or what is the point? Because
See, we have a certain ticketing price set, for example, 30 lari or 40 lari, right? Everything goes pre-planned, like we already know how much is the venue for, how much is the logistics cost, organs, specimens, refreshments, whatsoever, right? We already know the fixed cost that we have. So we are such organizations, we don't focus on profits, we don't focus on margins, right? We try to execute as much as possible and try the worthful experience, whether it takes all money
yeah,
or if we have to put out of our pockets. So there were some instances that we, in earlier stages, we did put some out of our pockets. But once you plan the whole budget, you are prepared with the fixed budget. So it's not a very big deal to reduce the price. I believe you can already know the margins, which is good for you. For example, 30 lari, how much you can spend, how much you can save. You already know, you're very well aware about this. So if I believe we can reduce the cost, then why not? It's actually very good for students because being a student, it's an advantage. We are in their shoes. We already know what lags behind, what goes behind. We already have a certain budgets, set from our parents, getting monthly basis. So we don't want to hurt their pockets. So if they're able to get this same and quality events in a less price, then it's a win-win
so
situation.
this is one more thing which I just want to mention or ask again.
Yeah.
Like you said, like many students have doubts. It's not my personal question also, but if generally any product which is of less price is tend to be understood that it's of less quality.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that? Like,
Okay, fair enough. Less price at some point of time means less quantity, I say, like, but not in the case of ours, because I can confidently say that what we are delivering is a quality event. For example, we don't reduce price or do cost cuttings in various things. Like we do provide physical certificates. We were the first organization to start a culture of refreshments after every session or slots. So we do emphasize, and also we had number of specimens. For example, stomach. We earlier it was being for 4:1 ratio, like 4 participants and 1 specimens. We reduced it to 2 or 3 participants and 1 specimens. Obviously, it takes a larger quantity, more costs, but we in that particular price point we are able to cover it. So it's all about margins, how much you are saving, how much you are spending. So I don't believe it's a very big task to reduce the costs, and we can definitely work on it.
so talking in detail about the margins, cost cuttings, and the quality and everything. So I was just curious. So how much did you spend as an initial investment for MCO?
See, being a student, I did not spend much, honestly. It was a very early stage to spend in this, but definitely the savings I had, the money which I received from my parents, I did not ask, honestly. It was all savings, but we did invested on branding. We did invest on instruments. The first procurement was instruments. We have our own instruments. So that was the only investment I did. Rest, everything like for marketing, ads and everything, that's a different expenditure.
Goes by
monthly.
itself,
That
maybe.
goes by itself. So it's again about the margins. So in our margins, we also consider these marketing expenses. So what we have saved is reinvested kind of in this organization.
And also in the earlier time, after this buying everything also, the first event itself, if we think practically, obviously you should go out of pockets, because in 6 lari, nothing comes here.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm glad you brought this point, but yes, our first event was 6 lari, in which we provided biryanis, soft drinks, water bottles.
actually,
goodies,
I did not,
etc.
when you promoted that in Insta, I couldn't believe that first of all.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So-
some kind of a scam.
We were very glad we had a first food partner, so we were able to execute this. But yes, reaching out to students was our utmost priority at that point. Still, it is. Whether we have to reduce cost or whether we have to market in a way so that it's very much feasible and also attractive to students. So definitely, once they are paying for any MCA event, they are getting what they are, a
Paying
worthful
for.
experience in general.
So let's come to practical terms. Some things have to be spoken. So, now that you have the largest community, you have almost this much reach. Did you ever not for once think that, maybe I now have people,
Yeah.
so why can't I earn money? So, huge profits. And what are your thoughts like?
Currently, we are working on a non-profit model. Currently, we have a different focus. We want to focus more on creating impact. But definitely, we'll be starting with the corporate style branching. We will be executing things for a longer time vision, because for a longer vision, we need to create a brand. We need to create, an identity. So we need funding for that. We need a certain that we'll be looking forward for it. Collaborations.
uh, Once you start thinking towards commercialization or branching corporate style, so do you think you can maintain the same culture and how do you make sure? Do you think?
Yes, definitely. Like whomever will be collaborating, the first approach will be letting them know what model currently we have or what we are working on. Like we are very much, like we have a a great bond with the participants. We have a good repetition rate. We have participants who have attended our first one and still are attending. So it's about the connection we build, and that will definitely remain the same. The only thing will be differentiated will be we'll be trying to reduce price. My first priority will be reducing price more.
That's more better actually.
Once we receive a great initiative or any sponsorship funding, then reducing price will be the first approach. Hence, else the culture, the quality, the everything will improve, not depreciate.
So, that's the whole point for me. Like, once you start getting more and more people, more and more funding, maybe, and then you start doing the same wrong things which you felt wrong now. Like, maybe starting a consultancy of your own, scamming people. Like, money is everything for some people. So, what are your thoughts
No,
on that?
definitely. Like, in future, once we will be having a certain target or we want to achieve something bigger than this, that's a very important factor. Money is a very important factor. But about consultancy, having such audience or having this community built serves a lot motives. Like I was earlier mentioning about the collaborations that we were being approached, different consultancies. So definitely it's a bonus for us that along this journey, we have these kind of opportunities. But that's not our goal. Like consultancy is not our goal. If we were wanting to do it, would have been done earlier, because we still have this opportunity. We still have students asking or inquiries for different colleges, but this is not our goal. This is not our vision.
While talking to you in this episode, I felt like you already have some business instincts. So, from your father, you already learned something, or how, like, are you naturally a founder, you think? Or?
Definitely, like parents play a big role, shaping the mentality, the structure that we have. So definitely, I'll like to give a huge shout out to my parents and all the mentors that I've had. But yes, coming from a business background, there was already at the back of my mind there was an instinct that I want to do something for my own. I want to, change the regular structure. I want to make an impact. I want to do something that is a revolutionary idea, which we are still working on it.
So, like you mentioned before, you for now, as a non-profit organization now you're running, the money spent is comparatively okay.
Yeah.
But once you plan for the vision for the future, so once you start spending lakhs and lakhs on it, and once it becomes corporate, so how confident are you with MCO that it will work out for sure? And are you ready to go bankrupt also in the worst case?
See, money plays a very important role in building any brand or company, but a longer term vision, I had certain plans. I still have certain plans that I want to execute in future. So we'll be working on it first, and corporate branching is very much necessary. So we need to talk about finance. We need to take seriously about the finance and everything. So definitely, I have great plans which I want to execute in future, and we'll be aiming for longevity.
Yeah, that's amazing. And also, in your recent posts, recently which they released in MCO, I guess, I saw something called Founders Bootcamp.
Yeah.
So I felt that idea interesting. Can you tell them, everyone, what is it about actually?
Yes, founders bootcamp is a very unique idea. It's the idea that we wanted to execute for the past 1 year, but now we are implementing it. So what exactly founders bootcamp is about? In this environment, every student wants to do something of their own. They want to start or work on their own initiative. So which is fair enough. Like, it's a very good opportunity. We have plenty amount of time to spend. So, and we have ample resources. So why not? So what we are doing is we are providing them a structure. We are providing them a platform that we have built in the past 2.5 years. The audience we have. So they can, like us, we did not have any resources, but it will be very beneficial for those who are starting. Right? If they have an idea, they can execute. We have a form ready. They can put up their ideas. We'll be helping them with team execution till building everything, like marketing, promotional, social media, content creations. They will be having our support. The only condition is the idea should be good enough that we will be able to execute, and we have to shortlist top 5 ideas in a time span of 3 months. So 3 months we'll be dedicating on 5 great ideas, initiatives that they want to build, whether they are from whether they want to build medical organizations or any cloud kitchen. If they're good in cooking, they can take advantage of it. They can start their own cakery, for example. So it's not limited to medical organizations, but various opportunities.
Any ideas are open.
And our key role will be marketing. So they don't have to start from scratch. We can promote such students who are very much skilled, who are very much talented, and they can take advantage of this platform and start their own business.
So, but in this, if everyone has these doubts, like if I'm trying to approach you, I have an idea. So what should I give you? Like, what are you getting? What am I getting in this?
So fair enough. The thing that we will be requiring is that particular organization or a brand or a company will be powered by Medconnects Overseas. That will be our only role. We'll be working hand in hand as partners. We'll be working hand in hand. We'll be treating it as our own organization. So it's a barter system. It's a trade that we are offering, and definitely it will help grow and also create a market in Georgia, which is very unorganized currently. We can make it an organized structures and.
So if someone really has a great idea and don't know where to start, I guess this is the best platform to start with something, and then obviously you can go and until you make something like Med Excellence or something, it's okay, I guess. So they'll be helping, and it's a great initiative. So apart from this, there are many workshops and conferences conducted and many events from MedConnect Overseas. So are you planning any integrated program or something where students get a collective, benefit if they pay something, and you get the opportunity to attend many events of MCO?
Yes, definitely. We already have a program named MCO Connect Card. So this serves the same purpose, that it's an integrated program. We have 10 dissection workshops. We have 15 exclusive webinars, mentorship webinars, 2 like outdoor events that I previously mentioned. One of them is trekking expedition. Then we have great collaborations with boosters or mentorship platforms which provide a special discount coupon for our community members. So it's a one-stop solution, and that too in a very reasonable price. I think it's a price that creates a disruption in market. 99 lari, and it has a validity of 6 months.
That's actually like amazing.
So 99 lari for 6 months, which
because people generally pay minimum 20 to 30 lari per workshop only.
Definitely. So it has like you can.
It's amazing because outdoor events and stuff is actually amazing. But I'm again, see, every time I speak to you and ask a question, I'm just confused. Like, what do you get from this?
We are we are very much blessed. We are fortunate that we are financially stable. So this is not our only primary source of income, or this is not our what we can do right now is gathering students, serving them with great opportunities, or creating an impact, which I again mentioned, right? Definitely we have, for my own benefit, you talk about, there is a brand building which I'm working on. We are having great word of mouth is very important for us in terms of marketing. So that's what we are looking for currently. Building a brand, growing it is still a very growing phase. So you want to reach a level so that we can have, for example, right now we have catered 5,000 plus students offline.
Oh, that's amazing.
So this is the thing that we are looking for. So add as many students as possible currently. Then we'll be looking or focusing on monetary value in future when we are expanding or when we are in need, for example.
Yeah, so we got many insights and how MCO works and the culture, about you, about your business instincts and everything. But we do this as a tradition in our podcast. So the people watching our podcast right now, if they have to remember Gaba with something, an advice or anything, what do you want to tell them?
That's great. Actually, I like to mention that we shouldn't wait for a perfect opportunity. From my journey or what I have come across yet, that we shouldn't wait for a perfect opportunity. We should do whatever is rightful at that particular moment. Like if we are getting an opportunity, we should grab that, whether it's perfect or not. We should try to execute it, and let's see. Like following your passion is a different thing, but trying and finding out what's your passion is a huge different thing. Like you get my point. Like you need to find your passion, what is right for you, and that can be done only once you have tried a lot of things. So for example, I have tried a couple of things and this worked out for me. For example, we are still growing, but let's say if it works out for me, then there was a couple of hit and trial method. So that's what I was saying. Don't wait for a perfect opportunity. Just do whatever you feel like and explore as much as possible.
Yeah, so that's amazing. And whatever he said, like never feel the FOMO in life. Everyone will do amazing at one point. You just have to find your own path, your own way, your own interest. It might take time for some students. It might get to you naturally. You never know. So, like he said, never wait for the perfect opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity always. And I hope it was a crazy episode. Thank you so much for giving this much time and these many insights.
Thank you for having me, and I hope it reaches out to a lot of students.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And also, if you have any doubts, any queries regarding MCO, maybe regarding the work culture, if you want to join them, any opportunities, you can always follow their page. I'll just tag MedConnect Overseas on Instagram. And also, as I said, he takes every responsibility to maybe message him directly. He'll reply you whenever you want. So thank you so much, Bug. It was amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.